No. Okay. All right. Well, we got seniors Hunter Tyson and Parker Fox. Go ahead with questions whenever you guys are ready.
The play there, they had, there 32 seconds to go when you make that jumper. Before they were trapping Nick a lot and getting that turnover there. So how was that play drawn up? And I'm assuming it was for you to get the ball there. And
not necessarily. It was just we knew that a trap was probably going to come, so we needed to get into 3 different outlets. So it's 3 different options for Nick to pass the ball. So I was just that middle outlet. I was open, turned around, so I had a lane. So I just took a couple dribbles and jumped up there and knocked it in. It was a great pass by Nick. So.
Were you surprised that you were so open? It looked like you were a little surprised to see.
Maybe a little bit, but when they start trapping like that, it's hard to cover everybody. So they obviously wanted to cover the rim. So when I catch it right there in the middle, usually that middle guy is who is typically open. So
I know you haven't made your decision yet, but how big was this for you? If it was your last game, that's how you're going to be remembered here.
Man, it was unreal. Like I said, I'm not really sure what the future holds. Need to talk to my family, sit down, pray about it a little more. But regardless, man, it was a great way to end the season here in Littlejohn if that's how it is. So,
I guess how much were you trying to get back for, today or this week when you heard that you had the broken clavicle?
I mean, absolutely, I wanted to be back for senior day. Not really for myself, just I wanted to help my team any way I can. And I really wanted to try and play Wednesday just to get my feet under me. It takes time to get a little rhythm coming off injury. So thankfully, I was able to play a few minutes on Wednesday and then come out here today and play a little bit more. And now I feel like I have a good rhythm and I'm confident going into the games in Brooklyn.
And when you saw the X-ray of that broken clavicle the first time, did you think you were going to be back all this season, or were you like, oh crap, like this?
Well, it wasn't really the X-ray. It hurt pretty bad. That's what made me realize that was a bad injury. But yeah, I thought I'd be back. A lot of people told me I probably wouldn't, but I just prayed about it, and thankfully the Lord blessed me with some quick healing. So I'm back out there.
It seemed like the guys kind of figured out how to play a little bit without you when you were out at PJ, and then when you guys came back, it was just more of a boost. Did you get that feeling too?
Yeah, I think they did a good job. I think a lot of different guys stepped up when we went down with injury, and I had full confidence that would happen. We have a lot of good players, so. When we went down, obviously it was unfortunate because you want everyone healthy, but I still had confidence in our team to be able to get it done. And, they won a couple games and we just need to keep it rolling now.
Question for Parker. What's it been like the last 4 years on scout team, not only guarding this guy, but helping the team get better and prepare for every single game? That's a lot you got to learn each team's offense.
Yeah, that's definitely helped shape my basketball philosophy that I want to carry out in my future career. And then as far as playing against Hunter, pretty much every day, every rep for the last 4 years. So it'll be weird when, I obviously won't be here next year. And it'll just be weird not to have that battle going at it every day.
Parker, you told me the other day about this last practice and all. Has that caught up to you now? This last home game, or where's your emotion at right now?
I was trying not to think about it. I think when I saw my family up there on the board, that really set in for me, and I realized that this is just another season to last. And so I'm really appreciative of all the things that we've accomplished here and we've been able to do. And I would say I'm in a very good place with knowing that this is how it's ending up.
Feel the love from the fans. You're kind of a crowd favorite too. Isn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, everyone loves when the kid that looks just like them can go in there and do a little bit of something. So
when you signed the wall yesterday, you talked about that when we talked earlier this week. How was that for you?
That was it was really cool actually, because you look up there, you see Terrell McIntyre, Greg Buckner, you see all these greats up there on the wall, and it's really it's a good feeling to have my name up there with some of the great alumni of this program, and I hope I did my part to really help cement that.
Parker, for these group of seniors, for you guys to be able to keep the guys together when things about 2 weeks ago didn't look as good for you guys, how were y'all able to do it and keep the undergrads guys just focused on what they got to do?
A couple of weeks ago, I said something in the locker room. I had noted something about how I have, could have been 7 games left in my basketball career because I'm not going to further my playing career after this year. And, some of the guys were really receptive to that. And I was like, I'm not going to go out like this And then, along with the other guys, we really just rallied and came together, and it just took a few little kinks and turns to get there, but we got there. And I think that product's definitely showing out on the court right now with the last 4 games.
I think Coach Brownell said that he beat out of you the desire to be a coach. I mean, did you
Yeah.
actually want to be a coach? And I guess how did you do that?
So I was very adamant on my wanting to be a coach. My dad's a college basketball coach, and you grew up your whole life and you think about like being a coach, like doing this because it's the only thing I knew. And now spending my 4 years here and talking to my dad and fully understanding all the things that he has to do, I've decided to go in a little bit of a different career path. I want to go to the front office of an NBA team, which is still a little bit basketball related, just a little bit, but I don't know if college basketball is for me anymore.
Will you do anything here as a grad thing to kind of help give you that kind of experience, front office experience, like, personnel stuff and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of experience over the last 4 years, helped scouting and emulating guys on other teams, NBA players. And so that experience has been really well for me. And then also I have an internship with Matt Buckland, who is our director of basketball operations. So that's also helped prepare me a little bit for that, taking the next step.
I guess what do coaches do that you don't want to do?
It's a stressful job. It's a very stressful job. And it's hard to, make a living off of 17 to 22, 23-year-old kids. And, that's just something that I'm not, really ready to deal with and take on in that light.
Hunter, for you, what could this win do now as y'all guys go into the ACC tournament, get a 4-game win streak? How good do you guys feel right now?
Man, I think we feel pretty good. Just got to take it one day at a time, one practice at a time. It starts tomorrow, and just keep the momentum rolling, keep playing together as a team, and I like our chances.
What do you think about the personnel of this team coming back, and who may have benefited when Hunter and PJ were out as far as looking for next year?
As far as next year, I mean, I think a lot of our juniors and our freshman big stepped up. I mean, you lose your starting 4 and 5, both guys. Hunter's played it for 4 years, and PJ is a high-minute guy. And those guys were really forced into roles that, they did in high school. With the jump is so different from high school to college that they weren't really ready for. And so I think that really gave them a good experience and foundation and just learning what it's like to be in an actual game in those positions. And they really did perform. Ian and Ben, got to give them credit because they really stepped up when their number was called, even though that Ben didn't really play a whole bunch in the beginning of the season because of PJ's dominance in minutes.
I don't know, this is going back a bit, but you said it really hurt when you broke the clavicle. How did you even hurt the clavicle? Was it diving for a ball, or what happened at Florida State?
So we were playing versus Florida State. Went for the ball. It was in John Butler's hands. The guy was guarding, and he was about 7 foot. So his shoulder, when he lowered it, went right into my collarbone. And he's a freshman, so he hasn't put on much weight yet. So his bone went right into my bone, and it snapped in half. So it was a freak accident. He obviously didn't mean to, and I don't hold him credible for it, but just unfortunate.
Any more questions for Parker or Hunter?
Our
It's our first time in
coaching
the room.
career ended that way with